Yes. So hello, Reds. So welcome to a very impromptu episode of Pinoy Stretford Enders. My name is Gary. I'm going to be running the asylum today. So magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi sa lahat ng mga Pinoy Manchester United fans na nanonood. We are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. So I'd like to introduce our panel for tonight's discussion. Yan. So we're gonna start with our resident angry man and si Kevin. Hi Kevin.
Hi Cap, good evening. Di na po muna angry man because we like to try to be civil and also konting ano lang because kumain lang ng konti percent. Please, I'm not the hungry man.
Okay. And then we also have Carl coming in. So yan.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. This is going to be spicy.
Ayan. So well, medyo marami tayong pag-uusapan in such a short period of time. I think part of it yung nangyari kahapon. There were a lot of events na nangyari. So we're also going to be we're also going to be discussing a lot of things. Primarily, siguro we're going to be starting with reactions from our panelists regarding yesterday's protest. So, sige, Carl, start us off. Start us with your reaction from yesterday.
I was shocked na ganun escalate yung incident. Kasi akala ko simple protest lang siya. Hindi ko in-expect yung pagpasok ng fans sa Old Trafford. Pero I think it was simmering. It was meant na siya eh, lalo na ngayong COVID. Lalo na due to the ESL debacle. It was due na talaga. Buti nga hindi, it was a generally peaceful protest. Pero maganda naman yung naging result. I think the GLAZERS should take note now.
Okay, thanks. So we're also going to be including Gab. Gab, thank you for joining us.
Sup,
Yon.
sup?
Shop, Mr. Shopee.
Grabe. Hello.
Sponsor.
Ayan, sakto.
Sorry.
Okay, so Gab, give your reaction about what happened yesterday. Yan.
Grabe.
Ano lang 1 to 2 minutes lang.
Tama ba?
Oh.
Man, where do we start, no? I think it's so hard to start somewhere when part shocked and part happy, I guess. Wherein finally, I think the Glazers, if hindi nila tayo pinansin before, kailangan na talaga nila tayo pansinin. But some part of me wanted the match to still happen so that we can kick some Scouser ass. But yeah, I mean, I stayed until I think 1:30 or 2 just waiting if the game will happen, no? But overall, I think na-postpone siya. I messaged some friends na parang I think it was just making sure na rin na everybody is safe. But yeah, I love Gary Neville. My goodness, just to say it that. No, he was really supportive and even si Jamie Carragher. So overall, I feel na but very much the love of Manchester United of our supporters really shown. So yep.
Okay. So Kevin, what about you? Quick reaction with what happened yesterday.
I think kind of expected na magpo-protesta talaga because the supporters are already protesting in the vicinity of Old Trafford, but nagulat ako talaga nung pumasok talaga sila. Doon talaga ako nagulat. And if I would like to share some photos na rin yung mga nasa protest, sprinklers, that green and gold colors and all of that. not to mention, not to mention, apart from apart from Gary Neville, Roy Keane also said that the fans had enough. Talagang yung kumbaga sa Pinoy naputol na yung PC ng pasensya natin. Kaya ganon. And it is sending a message because until the people in power in football are still continue to be tone deaf and all of that, the people below them will have to make some drastic moves para lang sila mapansin. So yun.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin. So let's go to the first topic for tonight. Alam naman natin na and also we also want to turn this into more of a public service announcement for the local Pinoy Reds who for some reason or another, hindi ko naman sasabihin hindi nila alam na yung Glazers ang may-ari, but if we could give them insight on uh how they run the club. Kasi I think yun yung importanteng bagay na kailangan malaman ng mga fans, especially a lot of the Filipino Manchester United fans, and of course how it affects us as well. It directly affects the supporters in Manchester, especially yung mga long-time supporters that have been fans of the club for what 5, 6 generations. So kanununununuan pa nila when they started there in the city, when the workers started there sa docks sa Manchester, as early as that, when they founded Newton Heath, which later on became Manchester United. A lot of the angst, a lot of the a lot of the heat was coming from the longtime supporters, the so-called legacy fans na binrand nila when they decided to form the ESL. So speaking of the ESL, Carl, do you think that the ESL was the final straw? Na parang for the longest time ang dami ng ganyan eh. It started in 2010 with the green and gold movement. Pero parang nung nagkaroon ng ESL, parang nagalit na lahat ng support, and that's what led to actually these actions.
I think so, lalo na hindi tayo kinonsult. It was a moment of greed talaga from the Glazers. Enough is enough na talaga. Yun na talaga yung nag-force natin. Considering na kinompare nila yun sa pag-enter natin sa European Cup dati kay Matt Busby. Really, may disconnect talaga sa kanila. They're only here for the money. They haven't invested sufficient. Kahit nga sa Old Trafford, di ba, may butas na yung roof. Alam ko yung media section, sobrang basura daw compared sa other stadiums. So, kuha lang sila ng dividends. Investment in players, not enough considering na we're so sustainable. Tapos nilagyan nila ng 400 billion pounds in debt. So, it's really frustrating na papasok pa nila yon na ESL comparing to the European Cup. Just a bull. Grabe talaga. Hindi ko, words can't explain how they're trying to trash the legacy of the club. Comparing it to the European Cup.
Okay.
Mapapangiwi ka talaga.
Okay. Nagpigil ka pa dun ah.
PG-13.
So, sige. Okay. So, well, for that's actually very insightful, no? Coming from Carl. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Ayan. Oh, si Keen Ignacio. Ayan. I hope we can collab in my FB page soon. Haha, Glazers out. Sure, you know where to find us. Pwede tayong we can set up collaborations, and in fact we're open to collaborating with supporters from other clubs. Yan ba yung mga local Filipino supporters ng mga ibang Premier League clubs. Huwag tayong magbanggit ng ibang pangalan dyan. Anyway, so we're open to collaborating with you guys to talk about the game, and syempre kasama na yung banter dyan, yung palitan. But yun. Again, thank you for all the viewers. Kent, just thank you for the comment. Yan, yes. Yun nga yung title nitong video na to. To Paddy as well, from Red Max Philippines. Yan. And he also says that there are more protests to come. Yan. Si Julius. Yan. Sabi niya, hashtag Glazers out, hashtag stop the greed. Diba? So, meron pa tayo dito. Eto, si Kent may sinabi, the current leadership really lacks ambition for the club. Kabig lang ng kabig ang Glazers. Ayun. Oh, may nagpapa-shoutout, Kevin. Kilala mo ba to? Si Ricardo.
That's one of our friends from the Phil Oil Flying D Center. Yan.
Okay.
Miss namin yung security man namin dyan sa San Juan. Pag may game sa NCU up or kahit sa San Juan Knights. What a great guy. Salamat sa pag-suporta din for all.
Yan.
And also we would like to add, Cap, na parang we have to apply this situation in a Filipino setting. How can Filipino sports fans learn about this? Na they have to realize na we have the power. May power din tayo. Remember our sporting scenes. Probably I'm running out of words you can describe it because being in a sports media na rin for quite some time. Our friend Kent knows that. Paulo knows that. Attorney Charles knows that na ang daming behind the scenes na hindi pa natin nakikita. Pero the fans had the right to know. That's the first thing. The fans had the right to know that. So that they have to make appropriate actions for it. So is it worth supporting or what? Just like, for example, the PBA. Diba? Ang dami nang nangyari dyan, but why there's something after for almost 50 years na they are having the pride of being the oldest pro league in Asia. Pero bakit parang walang nagbago, diba? So yun.
Okay. Well, that's a good point, Kevin. And since nasimula mo na, so what do you think? Do you think that that ESL fiasco was the reason kung bakit parang nag-explode na lang yung mga United fans na parang enough is enough. Let's send a message to these owners na they can't. May sasabihin sana ako pero I had to hold myself back. They can't fool around with us. Yun, ibang letter F word yung dapat sasabihin ko. Pero anyway, yun.
Kaya nga sabi, let's all be civil and let's all be respectful natin. So, it's not just us, United supporters. Diba, sinabi nga si Kara, diba, might be a polarizing figure for us, but when you talk about a Liverpool legend, talking about supporting us supporters, there's a point. There's a reason why there's such thing known as power to the people. And in sport, talagang the power rests in us supporters. You have their voices.
True.
Diba? Sabihin natin money talks, pero you can't buy the soul you can't just buy the soul of everything, diba? Kaya nga yung commercialism like that, the corporatism has maybe had that political and socio-economic implications na rin. Kasi we all know,
Okay.
you can't describe any words. It has been symbolic, parang contempt sa atin na wala tayong power, wala tayong ganun. Sabi nila, walang pera, walang power. That's not true. And the storming of the Old Trafford proves that. Diba? So, the aim is to postpone the game. Why not? And by the way, our friend Kent had PM'd me na gusto niya biglang sumali. Sige. Yan ako. I-heads up ko na lang siya. He wants to have a share. He wants to have a thought about this. So,
sige.
Cap,
Sure, sige. You can't go ahead. You can join us. Si Gab na wala. He was the next one. Pero sige, while Gabby's trying to reconnect, siguro I'll I'll say something about it. Yan, nag-restart ang laptop niya. So, ako ito lang. In the entire history of sports, mula nung naimbento siya hanggang sa ngayon, the very essence of sport is competition. So, hindi ka pumapasok sa isang sporting event na alam mo mananalo ka na. Okay? That exactly is the reason why the European Super League was founded, because all the owners wanted to be in an area or in a place na sila-sila lang. No relegations, no, walang kapalit yung if you perform badly, okay lang, hindi ka naman matatanggal. So, it was really motivated by greed to try to create more money. Now, there's nothing wrong with money. We've all made money at at certain points, whether it's through sport, whether it's through our respective jobs. Pero you also have to draw the line in terms of how much you want to get. Um, and I go back to the example of the European Super League. So, ready na ba si Kent? Is he good?
Wait. Uh,
Sige. Kent, can you hear us?
Hello? Yes.
Oy, nice skip.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I'll just end by saying that na yung point ng competition, once you take it away, you can't what's the use of having a league?
Absolutely.
Yun. Tapos Kent, anything that you'd like to add? And the question is, was the ESL the final straw?
Wait, nag-choppy lang ng onte. Ano ulit?
Yeah, was the
Hello.
ESL the final straw?
Oh, okay. For the longest time, it's been simmering. Baga, we're just waiting for something to be the boiling point. And this was the one. And nakita talaga with this ESL fiasco, the club's, the leadership's priority, which is to just earn more money at the expense of fans being treated more as customers. Matagal na yung usapin na yan eh. Like, if we remember the International Champions Cup, dun nagsimula yung experiment na yun na, we can market football to a more worldwide audience. So, sige, subukan natin dyan. And then, nabuo na tong Super League na ito matagal din idea ni Florentino Perez din nagbangga. Then, United, knowing na yung leadership natin as links with JP Morgan through Ed Woodward. So, yun nangyari na. And yung pinakita ng mga fans kapon, di natin masisisi kasi unexpected na yun kasi football has been part of their life. Yung nga sinabi mo, Kap Gary, ilang henerasyon na sinuportahan ng mga taga Manchester yung United. Tapos kumbaga itong current leadership parang hindi nila ginagalang yung yung pagpapahalaga ng mga legacy fans sa Manchester United. No, being overseas fan, syempre yung passion natin sa club mas hidden. Pero it means differently and more deeply to those hometown supporters. And they felt na ito na yung tamang panahon para iprotesta at ipahayag yung saloobin nila towards the leadership that has lacked ambition and lacked empathy towards the club for the longest time.
Okay, Kent, thank you. That was well put. I think G, one of our usual viewers, has a question. It won't stop until they sell it for good. I think he's referring to the Glazers. I want to ask the panel. O sige, what if the successor is an Arab or Qatari owner? Nako, magandang tanong ito. Kasi Kent, bagong gupit ka rin daw. Okay, ako wala nang gugupitin. Anyway, yun. So, sige, who would like to answer this question from G? Sige, really really quick lang.
I would like to
Who
go
would like
first.
to Oh, sige, Kevin, sige. Maximum siguro mga 1 to 2 minutes, sige.
No, simple as that. If you remember, sports washing has been used by basically everything authoritarian. Classic examples would be Middle East, yan. China's another one, if you know. You know, yung Inter, yung balita sa Inter, diba? Nakaka-skudetto lang. But yeah, Middle East, so si Qatar, so shady. Not to mention, sila pa yung World Cup host, diba? And the reigning Asian champion. So, ah, basta wag lang crony or enabler like that. Wag si Dennis Quaid din. Yoko din. If you know,
Okay.
natatawa na si natatawa
Talaga.
na si Rapido. Natatawa na si Rapido for that. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave that for
Thanks.
next.
Thanks, Kevin. Carl, what do you think? What if, let's say, the Glazers do end up selling United, and I hear it's for 4 billion daw ang asking price nila. So, alam naman natin na iilang tao lang ang kayang bumili ng ganong klaseng price tag. Diba? Yung GCash ko, hindi kakasya eh. So, diba, kahit pagsama-samahin mo yung GCash natin lahat, hindi kakasya. So, what do you think? What if, diba, what if the successor is an Arab or a Qatari owner? Bibili ng Man
Ah,
United.
hindi talaga. Yung miski Saudi, kahit na massive investment spree. Big no. Same point as Kevin, yung why sports washing nila. Hindi rin ako mag-agree doon na. Parang matatabo na lang yung mga ginawa nila. Siguro pwede pa kung consortium of mga mayayaman talaga na tao. Pero may puso talaga para sa United. Yung Red Knights group, pwede siguro may isang part sila doon. Pero meron ding
Oo.
isang mas malaking share. Pero may pagmamahal din siya sa club. Hindi lang siya puro pera. Mag-i-invest din siya. Kasi yun yung kulang sa owners natin ngayon. Hindi naman sila nag-invest eh. Nagdi-dividends pa sila. May utang pa tayo. So, dapat yung may puso sa atin na mag-invest din. May kakayang invest. Kasi huli na tayo eh. To be honest. Dati nung pumasok yung Glazers, siguro isa tayo sa top sa lahat. Sa stadium, sa Carrington training ground, sa squad. Pero ngayon, nasa na tayo? Medyo pitiful na kahit sinasabi lang mayaman tayo.
Okay. Thanks, Carl. Now, there's been a statement that was just released by the club.
Oh,
So, I'm just gonna here, tignan natin. Although alam naman natin na hugas kamay na naman tong statement na to. But let's take a look. So, I'm just gonna read this out. Club statement about fan protest at Old Trafford. By the way, the link, I think I can share it over in the chat. Siya. Actually, shinare na ni Jeff. So, for the viewers now, by the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We already have a YouTube channel. Libre po ang magpa-subscribe. Going back to the message from the communications department of Manchester United. Following events yesterday, while many fans wanted to exercise their right to protest and express their opinion peacefully, some were intent on disrupting the team's preparation and the game itself, as evidenced by activity at the Lowry Hotel and at the stadium. Reports in mainstream and social media that protesters were able to access the stadium and pitch via a gate opened by club staff are completely incorrect. After breaking through barriers and security on the forecourt, some protesters climbed the gates at the end of the Munich tunnel, then forced access to a side door in the stand before opening an external door that let others through to the concourse area and the pitch. A second breach occurred when a protester smashed the door of a disability access lift, enabling a group to enter the stand.
Blah,
The
blah, blah.
majority of our fans have and will condemn criminal damage along with any violence towards club staff, police, or other fans. And these now become a police matter. The club has no desire to see peaceful protesters punished but will work with the police to identify those involved in criminal activity and will also issue its own sanctions to any season ticket holder or member identified per the published sanctions policy. Information on the rescheduling of the game and any possible implication on other fixtures will be announced after discussion and agreement with the Premier League. We remain committed to dialogue and engagement with our fans through the fans forum and other appropriate channels. Okay, so to say the least, that was ayan. So that was very
Yes.
generic. Yun na lang sasabihin ko. So so anyway, sige. So hi to some more viewers. Hello to Amir who's watching us from Davao. And so ito
Hello,
na. So
Amir.
having said that, yes. Gab,
Oh, ay, okay,
Gab.
okay.
Ayun.
Go ahead, go
Okay.
ahead. I just said hi to Amir.
Napalata.
Apologies.
Ay, okay kay Amir. Oo. So no, it's okay. So eto na tayo. So right now, we're at this point where most likely baka magkaroon, baka hindi. Gab, I want to get your thoughts on possible incoming sanctions for United. So, what do you think? Sa tingin mo, ano yung si ano?
Oh,
What do you
wow.
think could happen or what's probably the worst thing that's going to happen? Yan. We'll go around. Pero Gab, we'll start with you. Sige.
I will start with what I wish will happen, which is a financial penalty. Just to double down na postpone yung game, right? Nagka-bad negative PR sina Glazers at matatamaan yung pockets nila. That's for me the best case scenario. The worst case scenario, I think in the middle ground is we lose 3 points, right? And I think 0-3 yung sinasabi nila. Parang pag nag-quit game ka sa FIFA, no? Ganun yung automatic score 0-3 daw. The worst thing for me is if they dock points more than 3 points. That it will push us back to top 4. But I don't think that will happen. I think that is just too much naman. And parang sorry. Abot tayo sa Court of Arbitration of Sport. Mag-cast tayo kung ganun. But yeah, I think those are the three scenarios I see, but hopefully it's the first cap. I mean, I think it's just it will just make sure na they really feel it both in PR and financially. Yeah. How about the others? What do the others think naman with regards to ano yung penalty na gusto
Again,
niyo makita? Yeah. Hello, Ken.
Hello? Fine?
Carl.
Yun naman talaga.
Siguro, fines talaga. At possible bans dun sa mga 200. Kasi sabi nila may cameras daw eh. And worst case na talaga yung 0-3 tayo sa Scousers. Is, ang pangit talaga tingnan considering na maganda record natin this season sa nila. Pero I think that's the toughest they could give. Kung more than that, excessive naman na. This is just one instance. Pero kung mawala yung Glazers, I think it will be all worth it. For me.
Okay. Kevin, what pili ka? Do we get fined? Do we lose points? Diba? Do we attack?
Actually,
Diba?
yung pinakayo ko lang, ang pinakaayaw ko lang yung parang ibibigay lang natin yung Premier League trophy sa maingay na kapitbahay nang hindi tayo lumalaban sa loob. Ducking is like a cowardly way to punish us. Just, yun na lang yun eh. Fines will do for breach of security. That's the minimum. Other than that, maligaya na ako. But we will still stand with those
Okay.
na pumasok sa loob. Because, as you said nga, desperate times calls for desperate solutions. It's a drastic way to protest. There's no such thing, so di ba, evolution of protest, there's no such thing as a peaceful one. If a peaceful one gets a violent response, then such inevitability happens. History had plenty of examples of that, and isa lang yung tanong natin saan eh. Have they ever learned? Diba?
Wow!
Diba?
Grabe, ang bigat nun, Chief.
Lalim.
Lalim nun.
Oo. Ano na? Sigurado ka, Man United nun pa rin to, ah.
Yeah. But I
So,
just wanted to
ano lang
react.
tayo.
Yeah. I just
Sige.
wanted to react to what
Oh.
to what Kevin said. I think, well, to be honest, if I were to pick the lesser evil between, being dock points and giving it to City versus, alam mo yun, ano tawag dito? The Glazers really feel the full brunt of this. I mean, City's gonna win it points for you, right? So I feel that it's just a matter of do we let them get it by default, right? Or they win a game for them to get it, right? Likely not Chelsea versus us, but the next game. So I mean, wala eh. I'd rather just kumadak as long as may penalty fines na magbabayad Glazers, then yeah, so be it.
Okay. Very interesting points from everyone. Sa akin naman kasi, there will be sanctions. Let's not fool ourselves na hindi magkakaroon. There will be magkakaroon. It's just a matter of kung ano ito, if it's going to affect the positioning of United, and ang the downside of this is all the hard work that Oli and the players have put in for this season. Yun yung downside nun. Yung possible na pwedeng mangyari, especially if we lose points. Which makes that game against Leicester all the more important. Yun. So, let's take a look at some of the comments. So, wala pa rin. Okay. So, now,
Kap, wait lang. Meron pang interesting
Sure.
comment si G na sobrang maybe irrelevant for Manchester United Stratford, but sobrang relevant. Can we flash this one about US soccer?
Sure. Ito siya.
Yan. He's right. If those who are advocates of reward and punishment and aka promotion and relegation sa United States football, let's call it football. Screw the NFL. I don't know. College is the pinnacle of American football in the United States. So, anyways.
But
United States.
No, but Kevin, for me, I strongly feel na US, bala sila sa format na gusto nila. Just don't ruin what we have in, Europe. Right?
Yes.
Your NBAs, your NFL, sa inyo yan. That works for you guys. Okay? Don't mess what's good with us. Right? Whatever sinasabi nila on, magbibigay naman kami to the, anong tawag mo dito? To the League One, EFL, blah, blah, blah. Ang tawag dyan, Consuelo de Bobo no? Gawin na lang namin muna to, tapos, may paparating rin naman sa inyo, then nothing stops them. So, yeah, that's my point of view on the US part. let them have
Ac-
theirs, we'll have ours.
Actually, Gab, actually nga mahirap din to kasi their culture is not more on merit because if that happens, that's more than just an emotional breakdown eh. It's more talagang total breakdown na sa kanila yan if that happens to them. So yeah, let's let them have it. Pero on our Pinoy standpoint, me and Kent have talked to this over and over again privately. Pero yeah, there's a promise then of our Philippines Football League na with the expansion news right now, konti na lang matitrigger na natin yung second division natin eh. Get, 'di ba? The expansion news. So at least Filipinos would understand what reward and punishment is na at least hindi tayo matutulad diyan sa G word na yan dito sa Pinas. Alam na natin, 'di ba?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Well, ang ano naman, ang bottom line lang naman minsan kapag businessman ka like what the Glazers, they're so professional about just earning money. That's all. Ganun lang
totoo.
talaga. Oo. Kumbaga ano yan eh. Kaya nga nandyan si Woodward eh. To do creative ways to spend money, to appease the fans at the same time. Pero wala eh. Di niya nagawa dun sa fan side and sa team side. Nagsayang lang ng oras. So, well, ano lang, yun lang talaga siguro yung sa mga magiging prospective owners ng clubs. Siguro sa Manchester United if the Glazers push on to sell this. Yung malasakit ba? Kumbaga ano naman yan eh, kikita at kikita kayo given the magnitude and yung history ng club around the world. Kung namin na sumusuporta. Ano eh, ang kailangan lang talaga malasakit, respeto at ambisyon kung ano na yun nandyan. And once you take care of it, everything else will follow.
And also it also tama nga yung ano doon yung magiging contribution nila sa community because we all know in countries in parts of the world where football is king, it's not just a game. It's more than just a game. Natandaan natin yan. It's a way of life. It's matter of life and death sa kanila. It's in their heart. Ganun na yung ano nila. They take it seriously. Na they, na sabihin natin for some detractors, they say sobrang gatekeepers nila, sobrang moralista nila for Christ's sake. I hope na those prospective guys na owners or something like that, na it's a commitment yan eh. It's like a relationship yan eh. Commitment tawag dyan. O, diba? Yung pugot
Hinugutan
eh.
mo bigla.
Hugot.
Lagpas na Pebrero.
Trying to tie it back to Manchester United, no. It feels like
Mhm.
these past 2 weeks has kind of highlighted something more than the game, and basically, parang what we're fighting for. But I also hope that we as fans do not forget na, alam mo yun, we're second in the Premier League. We didn't allow City to win this title with 8 games to go, 10 games to go. We're on to 1 foot on the door to our first finals. So I feel parang ngayon parang ano eh, out of body experience, parang wow, there's something going on outside of, the competition. But I still feel, and siguro that's a question na rin for you, Cap, no? Parang do you consider na sabihin natin kung ano mga mangyari with this, ESL and everything, still a successful season, wouldn't you say? If we win the final, we finish second. With all this happening pa rin, in the background, no?
Yes.
Definitely.
The very good points from everybody across. So, si Julius nag-comment, since napag-uusapan na rin naman natin ng fans and empowering them, giving them a voice, how about the 50 plus 1 rule? Okay, so may sagot ako dyan. So, Julius, abangan because I will be doing a video explaining the 50 plus 1 rule. So, para rin maliwanag for everybody involved, what are the pros, what are the cons? Kasi may mga nakakabit na challenges din dyan. And the way it's structured in England, since the Premier League tayo, I'm also going to be explaining that. So, anyway, so, yon. So Emmanuel, thank you for coming on. And no, you're not late. Hindi ka late. So may comment si Emmanuel dito na lumalabas. Anyway, so yun. I guess I want to go around quickly with from the panel.
All right. I think Cap is loading.
Internet in the Philippines.
Kapgari. Pakigalawang baso.
All right.
Back to G's comment about the US scene.
Mm.
Maganda. Actually, it's worth following din sila Ted Westerwelt at saka si Ben Fast. They're one of those key proponents in that. And actually, it's a big talking point then about promotion and relegation, especially when the US failed to qualify for the most recent World Cup. Apart from the obvious pay-to-play na ang sobrang kasi parang nagkaroon ng elitist stigma about football in the United States na I hope na wag natin magaya sa Pilipinas. Which is why yon until let's wait until Cap goes, pero yun nga tama. Another one from the ownership. Kung pwede lang si Warren Buffett net worth niya 104 billion, barya lang sa kanya yun.
Sana lang, Jim Ratcliffe na lang, United fan yun eh. Kaso ayaw niya maglabas eh.
Oy, teka, nasaan na pala siya ngayon? Jim Ratcliffe?
Ineos, yung sa Formula 1.
Yeah, yung sa Lille.
Tapos sa Nice ata siya ngayon. Nice owner.
Nice, oo. Yung sa yung owner siya ng Ineos.
Richest
I have a question for the
British.
Hindi ko sarili ko. Okay, I have a question for the do you guys think that part ng staff ng Manchester United yung nag-open ng gates? Because I feel that that's their own way of rebelling. What do you guys think? That's my theory.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes na yes.
Baka mas matagal pa nga yung iba dyan kaysa sa Glazers mismo eh.
Right?
Parang ata yun parang Capital Riots.
May nag-echo pala guys. But yeah, I mean, I feel that it's really like parang may inside job. Like isipin mo na I think this is still for me the proud moment. Except for that guy who got a slash on the face. Like at the end of the day, it was still like, kind of peaceful, kahit na may, alam mo yon, breach of red zone.
Breach.
Kita mo yung diba? Parang they were trying to talk to them. Even Gary Neville was, hand fisting them. There's a sense that parang one in the spirit yung mga nasa Old Trafford. And I couldn't be prouder in a sense because they could have like talagang made it violent right? So I'm quite glad.
No. Kaya nga nakasara yung comment ni Sones.
Ay, sus, huwag na natin pag-usapan yon. Yung isa yan, no? Grabe.
Outrageous comments coming from him.
Nagulat lang din ako nung napanood ko yun bigla may lumabas, biglang may nagpo-protest tapos parang sabi ko, parang malalay miserable to in Old Trafford.
Yun ba yung Liam Neeson na Les Miserables ba yun? Yun yung naabutan kong Les Mis na pelikula eh.
Kakaibang level ng pitch invasion yun eh.
Ayan, bumalik na si Cap. Cap, you hear us?
Okay. Yes. Hear you guys. Okay na. So ito. So final thoughts before we close. Sige. Um Kent, we'll start with you. Final thoughts on this whole thing.
Um, Masasabi ko lang sa mga fans that sinacrifice sila yung yung magiging attendance sila sa mga matches kasi baka maban sila. Well, you have my respect and salute to you. Kumbaga, pinaglaban nyo talaga you fought for the best interest of the fans worldwide. Um, not all will understand you, but we know that the true fans of this club will appreciate what you have done. And what I can say is una pa lang to. There will be following actions after this from the fans, and hindi titigil ang mga fans. Lalo na patunayan nila ngayon na we can do something. We can mix things up. We can shake things up on the ground. Hindi ito ang dulo. Kumbaga it will be a battle of attrition between the ownership and the fans, and let's see where this goes. Should be we're witnessing history of the club right in our very own eyes, and let's see where this goes.
And
Very
Okay,
well
thank
said,
you,
Chi.
Kent. Carl, final thoughts.
I think this should be the catalyst for consistent protest. Pag pinabalik na yung fans sa ground, I think we should make a statement na this is this isn't ending until the Glazers are out. Every home game and then sa final, potential yun eh. May fans sa final sa Europa League. Knock on wood that we get there. Na maging consistent na until the Glazers are out, we'll continue protesting about them. Then potentially, hopefully, magkaroon na ng new owners. Kasi kailangan na talaga. The Glazers have taken so much from us. Muntik na nga mawala yung heritage natin because we have to take it back. And they have to be gone as soon as possible.
actually nga, tama nga, because symbol of resistance, from when we talk about Mockingjay, in the symbol of resistance, and United fans had lived through it. They lived through it, and there's a, di ba nga, ang one of their motto nila is green and gold until the club is sold. The colors of those two legacy colors define our historical oaths. Eh. You can never take it away from them just because you wanted to wanted to milk as much as possible. And one of the comments, Gab, yung sa tanong mo, yung about sa tiering mo, tama, may sinabi si Julius na highly probable kasi they were given the access. Kasi matunog lalo dahil nasa loob sila. And kumbaga, mas naiparating ng fans ang mensahe directly to the owners dahil napasok nila. And yes, as I said kanina nga, 'di ba, is as I said nga kanina is that about if the protest if yung peaceful protest marahas nilang binuwag, what more pa yung ibang forms, ibang type niyan, ibang level niyan. So tama nga si Ken, expect more to come for that. And simple lang naman ang request natin. They have to be accountable for their actions. They have to be accountable for their activity on and off the pitch. Na hindi naman tayo sa paramihan ng sponsor, kundi it's a commitment na din to breathe life to the club. Money isn't everything for them. And for us, tama nga, without us supporters, this football and other sport is nothing. Hindi mo pwedeng matanggalan ng ugat yung laro. Kaya nga, the players are legends. They live and breathe through that. Andun yung loyalty, andun yung commitment nila. So, ayun. Ay, wala na akong masabi sa ano nila eh. I would see expect ko na yan. Expect the sanctions, guys. Expect the protests too. And that will send a message to the entire world, to all the supporters there, na they have to follow suit. I would see yung mga ultras sa Italy might be doing that, might be protesting. I think the socios in España would do the same thing. And apart from United supporters, German football had said no to the Super League. That alone is a huge message na it is an that's why I love German. I like the concept in German sport eh. The power belongs to the people. And we would applaud for that. You cannot push that without telling us the people. Diba? Para nagiging letter B and all of that. Ganyan and all of that. But we all know. As to me, sa atin lang kasi, sa akin lang kasi my personal standpoint, everything is political. Kaya there's no such thing as shut up and dribble, and there's no such thing as keep politics out of sports. Because everything they do, apektado tayong lahat, di ba? Kahit wala tayong ambag. Because we love it. Diba? We love the club, but if the owners don't, expect the fallout, expect the post back. So yun.
Yeah. I my final thoughts on this, if I can add this.
Thanks, Kevin.
So I think
Okay,
out of
guys, I'm
the
back.
sorry, go Cap. Cap, yes? Can you hear us?
Cup?
Ako ito lang.
Cap.
For all the listeners and for all the viewers there, there's only one number you need to remember. There's only one number you need to remember. Zero. That's the amount of money the Glazers have invested in United in the last 16 years that they have been owners at this club. Zero. So isipin ninyo mabuti yun, that what they've basically done is act as, sorry to use the analogy, pero they've basically been leeches. They've taken away a lot of the lifeblood of this club, and we are suffering because of it. So, di ba? Actually, one of the fan supporter channels actually put it in a more graphic manner. Para nilang nire-rape yung Manchester United.
It's the truth.
Got it. I agree.
And
If
may
I
wholeheartedly agree.
dinagdag si Julius, oh.
Yeah.
Soon, protests to be held at Florida right in front of the Glazers. Cap, can we highlight this?
Wow.
Can we highlight this? Can we highlight that
Wow.
comment by Julius?
Breaking news,
Sobrang-
breaking news.
Soon pa lang. Fingers crossed. Yan, oh. Right in front of the Glazers in Tampa Bay.
Florida men
Solid.
supporting Manchester United. Holds protest.
Pero
Yes.
I'm being worried about Florida right now with their, sabihin natin, draconian laws on protest, and they give, may balita, the bill actually their law stipulates that they can give immunity to those car owners who can run the protesters to the ground. Pa-i-hit and run nila.
Abangan na lang natin yan.
Uy,
Masaya
hold
yan.
on. Uy. Before pala, I wanted to share my thoughts then.
Okay.
So I think out of the five of us, no, I've been siguro, kumbaga parang the newest fan of Manchester United, and siguro for the longest time it's about the players. It's about the trophy. It's about the performance of the team that's really made me fall in love with it. Right, attacking football, high wingers, cross. Right, Ronaldo, Rooney, Rashford. I guess this is the first time talaga in my history of being a fan of Manchester United that I can step back and say na I'm proud of the fans. I'm proud of what we stand for. Right? We're not just the the glitz and the glamour. We're not just about we're the we're looking for the prestige of Manchester United. We carry the history, we carry the tradition, right? We carry being parang talagang um one of the founders of this great game, one of the leaders. And I can just say talaga na mas nararamdaman ko yung pagiging fan and pagiging part ng club. And it's made me even in this kind of in this kind of background setting, really making me prouder to be a Manchester United. I'm really proud of our guys, really proud of the fans, and yeah, I feel everything that you guys are saying. So as long as nobody gets hurt, we really just need to make a statement for them to know what we stand for and that we cannot stand them. So, yep.
Well said, Gab.
Cap.
Wait lang, naka-mute si Cap eh. Pero,
Okay, Gab. Thank you. Again, we'd like to thank our panelists tonight for joining us, as well as a lot of the United supporters. Again, this is only the beginning. Let's wait and see. Let's see what the future holds, and it's definitely going to be there's definitely going to be a reaction to this. So on behalf of the panel, we'd like to thank you for making it again to another episode of Pinoy Stretford Enders. Please watch out as we get our for our next episode. Thank you guys, and have a good night.
Thank you. Thanks.